All right.
White and blue running through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground. Echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time. We march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this bit of a mix-up. This is the pre-game. I'm going to go straight into the watch-along straight after this show. A little bit of a technical issue, but I am here. I am live. We are getting ready for Carabao Cup action. Welcome along to the show. Thanks very much for joining me. So here we are. As you can see, the team news are out. It's there scrolling along the bottom. I think it's a big statement from Thomas Frank of what he's expecting from this competition. I think it's going to be a competition that Spurs are expected to win. And here it is. I will just dive straight into it. Well, actually, no. First of all, let's say hello to some people in the chat. Big up Sean Maddox. Thanks very much for joining us. Sean saying, hi, 4-0 win, you reckon, with Johnson again and a Xavi goal to open his account. Yeah, I'd love to see Xavi put one in, Sean, just to get some confidence, get him settled. He's looked lively. He looked brilliant when he came on against Brighton. I think he's going to make a big difference, and I think again it's a testament of what Thomas Frank thinks of this competition for the strength of the team he's put out. Also, we have Boris. Big up Boris. It says, let's get this done tonight, and if we are ahead by a few goals, hopefully we'll see Luke come on. big up Ryan, getting your membership back in. Thanks very much, Ryan. Sean Maddox is asking, who is Luca? That's Luca Barney. Another one of our youngsters, right up there, highly rated by our sort of youth team coaches and things like that. So yeah, I think he's going to be a good addition to the team, and yeah, if we can get him on, we can get him on. So that is the game on TV, Gerard? Yes, it is, but it's only available on the Sky Plus sport. It's on Sky Sports, but it's through the red button where you can get the multi-choice of what game you actually want to watch. I do believe. Or if you subscribe to our very generous channel sponsor, Private Internet Access, I'm pretty sure you can find a link to a show or a channel that it's on somewhere along. And joining me just now, let's bring him in, is my big man Dermo. Dermo, how are you? Are you well?
Yeah, I hope you can hear me okay through the phone.
Yes. Yeah.
The interesting lineup, by the way. I'm very sort of. I'm a bit surprised Gray at centre back, but I think needs must. But I'm a bit concerned about our front three. I think I really am concerned by it. I don't know what Tell's going to offer us anything up front, and Johnson and Odegaard. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're going to offer. I think I'm excited about Xavi in the 10 role, but the other three, I'm very, very worried, if I be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's a strong line. I think it's a strong lineup. I think it's. I think the back is with regards to Archie Gray, we know he can fill in that position.
Yeah.
So he's probably the one player where it's sort of there's a little question mark, not a big question mark. I think just a little question mark, really, Dermo, with regards to that. The front three, Johnson, Odegaard, and Tell. I think this has got to be, if they really want to stamp some sort of claim to first team Premier League football, this is where they've got to do it. They've got to show they can do it, because if they don't do it tonight, then even my opinion of Matisse Tell, because I love the guy, I think he is a quality player, and I think he's got bags of potential. But I think if it's he's going to show what he can do, he's going to have to start pulling out of the bag, and I think this would be a good opportunity for him to do that. I mean, ideally, I'd like to see him score 2 or 3. Johnson getting 1, Simons with a couple. I mean, depending on how early we get that first goal, will purely depend on what kind of scoreline we're looking at. And what I don't want to see is if we go 2-3-0 up, I don't want to see us take the foot off the gas. Let's just keep pushing and keep going for the jugular on that one. But I like the central defensive midfielders, the 2 DMs of Bentancur and Paulinia. I think that shows that's a good solid set of defensive midfielders there. I don't think you could really say we could probably put 2 better out there. And I don't know what you think in regards to that.
I do. I like the 3. I think it's an interesting 3, actually. And I think maybe Thomas Frank's trying to do something there. Maybe do play Balloonia, Bentancur and Xavi as a treat and see how that works out. Okay. Sorry, hang on. Sorry.
That's all right. You do what you need to. You do what you need
I'm picking up my...
Oh, you disappeared a bit there, Dermo. I don't know where you went, but I yours ears I'm picking up, and then you disappeared. I'll let you sort your thing out. I'll just quickly go through the subs. I haven't got them scrolling across the bottom, but we'll
Then
go
airport,
through the subs.
pick my sister up and then come back again and then drive
Yeah.
back to Wexford. So I've got probably won't get home till about 2 a.m. But listen,
Bless you.
have a good one tonight, James. I will be back tomorrow night with a post-match show to this for final score, guys. So we will be on tomorrow night, and I try to watch the game. But I'm going to follow James all the way through up to the airport. Please like and subscribe and support this man because he's doing a fantastic job, and he's a great host and a great football watch-along commentator as well. So give him plenty of support tonight, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs, and Big Thomas
Come on,
Frank
you
we
Spurs.
trust.
Thanks a lot, Dermo. Oh,
No-
Dermo,
no
just before you
problem,
go, Sean
Yeah.
Maddox has just asked, what's your prediction?
6-0.
6-0. Dermo's going for 6-0.
Yeah, me and Colin were
That's-
having a bit of fun with this last night, so I'm continuing it. Colin, if you're watching, sorry, I can't give Doncaster a goal. 6-0. Come on, you Spurs.
Fair enough, then. Come on, you Spurs. No worries. You have a
Yeah.
safe journey, okay, Dermo?
I will. Yeah,
All right, guys. Dermo, just jumping in there for a little bit. Much appreciated, Dermo. Love you, man. Thanks very much. So, like I say, I haven't got the subs going across the bottom, but let's go through our substitution. We've got Brandon Austin as the sub goalkeeper. We've got Richie Richarlison, Udogie, Bergval, Van der Ven. So we've got some big names on the bench as well. We've also got some youngsters in there as well. We've got Dane Scarlett, Thompson, Byfield, and Williams Barner. Luca Williams Barner. I think he's another quality prospect that we've got in the thing, and hopefully we get to see some of these youngsters come on. Carl Simpson, welcome to the show. Big up, Carl. He says, I respect Thomas Frank even more. Picked a strong lineup and respected the opponents and the competition. Absolutely, Carl. I do agree with you. I think it's a solid lineup with what we've got, and yeah, it's looking like a really good strong. We may be joined by some of my friends who are down actually at the ground at the game. They are big Doncaster Rovers fans, guys who I work with. They did say they would try and join before the whistle and maybe during the game. Whether or not they do is another question. They've never done anything like this, so if they do jump on, please bear with them. I will try to keep them steered in the right direction with regards to that. Carl also says, I want to see lots of Tell goals tonight. Get that confidence up. Absolutely, Carl. I agree. I think that is what is lacking. And yeah, I'd like to see him score 2 or 3 personally. Look, I would take 3 from Tell, 1 from Odebear, 1 from Johnson, 1 from Simmons. Although I just think Xavi Simons is going to terrorise that Doncaster defence. I think all of the up front will terrorise them because they are a class above or 2 classes above Doncaster if you're going to go by leagues, and we should be looking at absolutely smashing them all over. So I'm going to put it out to you guys, chat. 18 of you watching, thank you. At 20, we just had a little jump there. 20 of you guys and gals watching. So I'd like to put it out there to the chat. What do you think the score? Your guys' score prediction? I'm pretty much on the same side as Dermo. I'm thinking 5 or 6-0. Home crowd, under the lights, Carabao Cup. Let's get it big. Let's go big. But what are your guys' predictions of the show? All right, Carl, enjoy making your dinner, son. Hopefully you've got it eaten before the game kicks off. Gerard's going with 3-1. Interesting scoreline. Gerard, do you think Donny are going to score? It probably wouldn't surprise me if Doncaster scored. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's not our loanee that's out there as Yai. It sounds about right for Tottenham, a typical Tottenham sort of move. Send a player out on loan, give him permission to play in the Carabao Cup. And he's likely to come and probably pop one in. Big up Wayne Bonner. I did see you come in into this chat, so big up and good evening to you, sir. I know you. I will find your comment where you came in. There we are. There it is. He says, "Good evening, folks. Hope you're all well. Can't believe I'm not in the starting at 11. Bloody gutted." Yeah, well, Wayne, it's a shame. We take you. But his scoreline is 480-0, quadruple tell hat trick and a missed penalty. Okay. Did you mean 480 or did you mean 48? Because 480 goals is a lot of goals, Wayne. It'd be like every time we'd kick off, the ball would have to be in the back of the net, or every time Doncaster kicked off, the ball would have to end up back in the net. So yeah, I think Big Wayne Bonner is fancying our chances. So we'll go through the lineup anyway. I know I said it is scrolling across the bottom there. So we do have Anton Kinski in goal, replacing Vicario. We've also got on the right wing back position, we've got Pedro Porro. Left wing back, we've got Jed Spence coming in instead of Destiny Udogie. I think that's a smart move with regards to giving Udogie a little bit of a rest. Udogie is on the bench, so he is able to come on. Then we've got the centre-back partnership of Danso and Gray. Now, you've heard me and Dermo's thoughts on Danso and Gray. I think they're both equally capable of filling that void between Romero and Van der Ven. Romero not on the subs bench, but Van der Ven is on the subs bench. I think having Van der Ven there gives us the ability to, if we start to look a little bit shaky or a little bit open, bringing Van der Ven on for possibly more than likely Gray gives us that stability that we might need. Me and Dermo have talked when he jumped on briefly about Bentancur and Paulinia. I think that's a strong central defensive midfield. I think them two are going to box things off tonight. Wayne Bonner does confirm. He says he is thinking 480. I think the boys are going to go absolutely mad tonight. We can only hope, Wayne. We can only hope the boys do go absolutely mad. I mean, I would love it. I mean, my first watch along, I'm doing it on my own. As you heard, Dermo is going to be keeping an eye on it, make sure I don't mess things up too much. But excuse me. But yeah, I don't think I'd be able to contain myself if we scored 480, Wayne. I believe it is Bentancur as captain, Wayne. I believe it's Bentancur as our captain tonight. I think he's just deserved as a sort of like third choice vice captain sort of thing. I think he's more than capable of sort of commanding that area and keeping the sort of a team together and making sure that everything is ticking over nicely. So I'm certainly looking forward to that. On the left wing, we've got Odebear. Now, Odebear just come back from like injury last year. He didn't play a lot of football, so I think this is a nice way of getting him back into sort of first team action as well. I know he's had a couple of bit part games coming on so far this season, and Brennan Johnson on the right wing as well. So I think that will be an interesting for Johnson. Is he going to be able to be influential? Is he going to dictate? Is he going to drive forward? Is he going to keep pushing? And And is he going to be able to get the goals if we need him to get the goals? Big up Giant68. Thanks very much for joining, my man. 3-1 Spurs. Yeah, another 3-1 Spurs. Not as optimistic as Wayne Bonner, I see, though, Giant. He fancies 480-0. You're going 3-1. Who do you think is going to score for Donny? Do you agree? Do you think Ajay could pop up and bag one in for us? There's also lots of other games going off tonight in the Carabao Cup. There was also lots of games last night in the Carabao Cup. Teams that have already qualified for winning their matches already. I do have a little bit of a list. So Brentford, Grimsby Town, Crystal Palace, Swansea, Liverpool, Brighton, Cardiff, Chelsea, Fulham, Wickham, Wolves and Wrexham. And isn't it just typical? We're just about to play Wolves and they finally found out how to win a game. Just typical. But yeah, I mean, the scores from last night were some interesting results. Brighton hammering Barnsley 6-0. Cardiff beating Burnley 2-1. Bit of a shock there, would you say? Also, Fulham beating Cambridge 1-0. Chelsea overcoming their scare against Lincoln City 2-1. Wickham beating Wigan 2-0. Wolves beating Everton 2-0. Wrexham beating Reading 2-0. And Liverpool beating Southampton 2-1. So they were the results from last night. We've also got some European games going off tonight as well. I believe it is British clubs that are playing tonight. There is Nottingham Forest, I believe. Nottingham Forest versus Betis. And the only other British club is Celtic in Belgrade versus Red Star. I will try to keep you updated on what's going off in the few other Carabao Cup games tonight. Obviously, Manchester City versus Huddersfield, Bradford versus Newcastle, and them up the road versus Port Vale. So come on, Port Vale. We won't mind a win there from Port Vale. Jared says, interesting to know how much a ticket tonight. So I think we're around about the £30-35 mark is what the sort of set price was, Gerard. Weren't overly expensive. I would have been going down myself, but if I'd have gone down to the game, you guys wouldn't have had a watch along. So I figured, no, I won't go to a Tottenham Stadium. I'll stick around at home, watch it on TV, give you guys the watch along that you deserve. So thank you very much for tuning in to me doing the watch along. So we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. It's starting to get down to that time where we all start to get that little buzz. How are Spurs gonna come out and really take it to Doncaster? Or is Doncaster gonna be Doncaster? I mean, they've done it in the past. They've upset big teams in the past. I remember going to see Doncaster beat Aston Villa, beat Manchester City, very nearly beat Arsenal in the sorry about the flashing on my face, guys, that's my TV. Very much nearly beat Arsenal in the, I think it was the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup quite a few years ago now. But yeah, almost beat them, but went to extra time and then we lost it in extra time, which was a shame. That happened. So, but yeah, fingers crossed. It'll be a good game for us. And we'll be up and running very soon. Sorry, guys, I'm just making sure that my stream is going to work, because for some reason it was showing the Celtic game. No, that's not what we want to watch. We don't want the Celtic one. There we go. Hopefully this one will this will be my the match that I actually want to watch, which is obviously the Spurs match. If not, I'll do some magic wizardry and make sure the game's up and running. I do have a scoreboard, by the way, guys, but it's not going to have a timer. I'm a little bit poorer than Dermo. I don't have a fancy setup. I do a lot of this from my tablet, so there will be a scoreboard that I will keep updating as and when any goals go in. But there won't be an actual time ticking over of what the game's ticking on by. So again, thanks again very much for joining me. Boris says Xavi is going to run that midfield, so it will be interesting. I agree, Boris. I completely agree. I do think he's gonna boss that midfield. And I think having someone so solid behind him as Bentancur and Paulinho, I think it's going to certainly help him have that freedom, knowing that he's got two strong DMs sat behind him, and keeping everything sort of strong and solid, but also dangerous on the attack. Just 1 second. All this rambling, it does make your throat a little bit dry. Got to keep it all lubricated. Boy says it's Graham Bentancur. Paulinho is playing as centre back. Oh, okay. Well, I blame Sky Sports for my how do I put it politely? Yeah, my piss poor performance in lineups. So it showed up to begin with. Gray was playing as a centre back. So Paulinho playing as centre back. Gray playing as a DM. Again, it gives us that ability, that youth to just bear with me 1 second. That youth and experience in the DM role. So you're telling me that he is playing there, and he's not playing there, and he's playing there. There we go. I've changed it. There you go. So it's now got centre backs as Danso and Paulinho, DMs, Bentancur and Gray. So yeah. I still think that'll be okay. And having Paulinho there as sort of support next to Danso, I think that makes us even stronger. Cheers, Boris. Thank you very much. Chamu Dermo is at his sister's, and he has to pick them up from the airport. He's not going to be able to. He says he might try and jump on and get on and join us best he can. He doesn't know for sure, but he is going to be floating around in the background, so to speak, as Dermo likes to do. I'm just going to message my buddies, see if they will see if they are coming on. So let's see if we can get them on. Yeah, I've definitely got the right channel on. We've got Tottenham versus Doncaster, kickoff at 19:45 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Old White Hart Lane. But it will always be White Hart Lane to me. regardless of whatever it gets named when the naming rights get done. I don't know if anyone needs a link for the game, Chamu, but thank you very much. And he also says Dermo's scared of the mighty Doncaster and Colm. I don't think he's scared of the mighty Doncaster. Maybe scared of Colm though. Hey, I'm scared of Colm. He's going to be so upset when we absolutely smash him all over the floor. He will come in crying. So yeah, will Tell be on target? Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Giant says, will Tell be on target? Yeah, I would hope so. He needs to be. He really does need to be. I think it will do his confidence for world of good for future games and to help, like I say, help get that confidence up. I've got it on Paramount. Gerard says, is it on Premier Sports? No, I've got it on Paramount. Is where I found it. But like I say, I do use my private internet access. I use it to link in through that, and then it enables me to get pretty much any game anywhere. So yeah, private internet access is where it is if you want to try and get this game streaming live yourselves. Just watching showing the Doncaster players when they arrived at the ground and just looking around and everything. They look a little bit in awe. I mean, I know Ajay is he's been to the ground a few times. No, it's not, Wayne. I don't think so. I don't believe it's on Paramount Plus UK. You can have a look if you've got a subscription to it. You can have a look. But my stream seems to be coming from elsewhere in the world, we'll say. There's a nice picture there of all the Donny fans. All packed in, looking like they're up for. They've brought a lot of fans down. It does look like they've brought a lot of fans down. Great day out for them, though, isn't it? It is a great day out. Great day out. Boris is just confirming it. It's on Sky Sports Plus in the UK. That's the only place you'll be able to get it in the UK, Sky Sports Plus. But like I say, never ever will I keep saying it. Pick up your private internet access subscription, guys. Get that VPN in, and you will be able to pick up games like this that are not normally viewable. Same as your 3 o'clock kickoffs, as well as protecting your data, as well as keeping your stuff safe when you're surfing. Yeah, it's very much worth it. Please think about picking it up. Also, please hit a like and subscribe on our videos. Pick up your memberships on our channel. 99p. You can't grumble. It helps us help you. That's how I like to put it. It helps us help you. It helps us be able to create content like this. And as content creators, we love it. It's what we thrive on. It's a lovely picture of the golden cockerel there, all lit up. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's well worth it. Just see what this is. Tequila just messaging me. Maybe we get Tequila on. Maybe he might want to join us. Hopefully he might. He might decide to jump in and keep an old boy company for a little while. So about 3 or 4 minutes from kickoff. Still quite a lot of empty seats out there, to be honest. Teams are in the tunnel. as we speak. I'm going to spin you this way so I can actually so we can see. I can see you guys, and you can see me, and I can see my TV of the actual game. So that's that. And yeah, we are just a few minutes away from kickoff. Here comes the ref leading the players out. Doncaster in their traditional red and white hooped with white shorts, red socks with a black trim, and Spurs. It's hard to tell what kit Spurs are in, actually. I think we'll probably be playing in our white kit. I don't believe we'll probably... don't think we'll be playing in any other kit other than our home kit, as this is... we are at home. Just for players just saying hello to each other and giving each other the handshakes, and all the mascots getting all the little handshakes with all the players and everything. It's going to be good. Also, it's Pedro Porro who's been given the captaincy armband tonight. That's an interesting shout, giving Porro the captaincy. Big up to Keeler. Thanks for joining me, man. Thank you very much. He's also saying big up Boris, Wayne Bonner, Giant 68, and Gerard O'Connor, saying hello to everybody. People still flooding into the seats. Yeah, it seems to be filling up quite quickly now. Oh, and he says, and Carl at the end. Just bolted on there, Carl, right at the very end. How could he forget you? Here's the Doncaster lineup. In goal, Ian Lawler, Tom Nixon, Jack Senior, Sabara, Grehan, McGrath, Bailey, Close, Damola Rajai, Toysey, I can never pronounce his surname, Olusanya, and Glenn Middleton. For Doncaster, their substitutes are Charlie Crew, Jordan Gibson, Robbie Gotts, Brandon Hart, and it's just taking it away, so I can't remember all of them. So, yeah, Spurs playing in their traditional white and blue. I do like this new kit. I am buying one. I am going to get one, but I do quite like it. I like the crest in the middle. Spurs players just sort of getting together for a little huddle, and sort of the pre-team powwow, so to speak, and sort of let's get everybody together. Let's see thingy. Now, I wonder how much info Ajay is going to actually have given the Doncaster players regarding what it's like being at Spurs, and so hopefully we'll be underway very soon. Just waiting for the game to actually start and get our journey to the Carabao Cup trophy underway. Referee is Andy Madley. Don't really know much about Andy Madley. And we are underway. And it's Spurs playing from right to left in the first half. The ball goes back to Kinski, then to Paulinia. Paulinia rolls it back to Kinski. Kinski looking for options. Back to Paulinia, just outside the edge of the area. Paulinia switches it across to Danso. Danso now bringing the ball forward. Here we go. Out to Spence. Spence to Odebear. Odebear running into a group of Doncaster players, and Doncaster on the break gate quickly here. Ajay shrugs them off. Ball across the centre. Oh, and well headed out. And another strike. Oh, Doncaster threatening Spurs' goal very early on. Odebear just sort of run himself into a little bit of trouble there. Lost the ball, and Doncaster hit very quickly on the counter attack. Again, long ball forward, flicked on. Here comes Doncaster into the Spurs box. Ball's up in the air, bouncing around a little bit. Xavi Simons now gets his foot on it, plays it out to Odebear. Odebear back to Simons, just crossing the halfway line now. Spurs coming forward in numbers. Simons has got Odebear to the left. He finds him. Odebear across to the middle. Oh, Matisse Tell just over the bar there. Good fluid move there by Spurs. Minute and a half on the clock, and it was good link-up play between Odebear and Simons. Simons saw nothing on in the middle, laid it off to Odebear, tried to square it to Tell, and Tell just couldn't get his foot on it properly to flick it into the goal. Just sort of hit the inside of his calf, really, and flicked up over the bar. So here's Doncaster now with the goal kick. Only as far as Archigray. Archigray wins it. Passed out to the left. Now it's back to Simons. Simons now. Over to Spence. Spence. Back to Simons. Simons playing it backwards to Danso. Danso squares it to Paulinho. Paulinho has space to move into now. Ball just passes the halfway line. Tell to Gray. Gray forward move. Out to Tell. Oh, Tell misses it. How did he miss that? Completely just swipes at fresh air and misses the opportunity. That should have been 1-0 Spurs there. All it needed was him to put his foot on the ball, and he just missed it. Should have done better. Should have done better there. Johnson with the lovely ball across, and Tell just lashes it, a foot out at it, and completely misses it. And Doncaster are able just to clean it up, and it's a throw in on this near side. Danso's got hold of the ball. He's looking for options. Is this going to be hurled into the box? It's looking like it could be. A little bit of shoving and pushing in the box. Danso looking at it. He's going to hurl this one in. Yeah, it's a long ball in. Nobody there. There's Simons. It's out to Simons. Tries to wrap his foot around it. Oh, and just over the bar from Xavi Simons from around the penalty area mark. Just couldn't get it down, keep it down enough, just over the top right corner. But Spurs looking to try and take control and stamp their authority on this game early on. Yeah, just showing a replay of the Matisse Tell chance there. He should have done a lot better with that. It was like he didn't get his stride right, and he just sort of lashed at it and missed it completely. And it's a throw into Spurs on the far side from the goal kick from Xavi Simons has missed. And it's played back to Paulinho. Paulinho squares it to Danso. Spence now. Spence on the left-hand side. Simons has dropped deep to come get this ball and get involved. Benton Kerr plays it, picks up a wayward pass. Oh, the referee did give a free kick for a foul on Simons. So it's Simons quickly takes it, squares it to Paulinho. Paulinho to Porro. Porro nowhere to move, so goes back to Paulinho and then across again to Danso. Spurs really spreading, using the width of the pitch here to try and stretch Doncaster. And it's across to Spence. Spence plays it back to Kinski. Kinski out to Paulinho. Forward to Simons. Simons now nowhere to go, so turns back. Plays it back to Paulinho. Paulinho across the pitch to Danso. Spurs get nowhere fast with it, keeping the ball well, but not really doing much with it. I mean, it's a long ball forward. Oh, and it bounces off the back of Matisse Tell's head, lands to a Rovers player, and Doncaster are here on the counter attack. Here's Doncaster now with Asamajano. Trying to work the ball in, and it is out for a corner to Doncaster. So Doncaster Rovers with a corner. And we'll just take a little break here, and while Donny gets set up for his corner. Yeah, Chamu, it was a bit pathetic from Talbot. He says Soldado equals Tel. Yeah, I understand that. It's kind of a bit like what Soldado would have done. Kitsy, I don't know, mate. I don't know just it. I do not know how he missed it, but hopefully it won't knock his confidence too much when it's already knocked. I just think he needs a couple of goals. Just a couple of goals to get his confidence up. Doncaster now. Long ball forward. Dance over, battling with Vijay. Vijay now plays it back pretty much to the halfway line. Here's Doncaster. Moving the ball well. Out this fast to the right side. Down the right wing. Played it backwards. Doncaster moving the ball, keeping hold of the ball, just trying to get the foot on it. Try and get some confidence of having the ball at the feet a little bit now. Going left to right, left to right. So this is it's just coming up. This is the first meeting between Tottenham Hotspurs and Doncaster Rovers in any competition since the 2009-2010 League Cup second round match, which Spurs won 5-1. Let's hope it we get another 5-1 or a 6-0 if we can tonight. Just looking. Oh no other game. Just in the other Carabao Cup games, it's still 10 minutes played in all the games, and it's still Newcastle are still 0-0 with Bradford, and Huddersfield are still 0-0 with Manchester City. Obviously, there's Arsenal Port Vale at 8 o'clock. They've not kicked off yet. They're about 5 minutes away from their kickoff. So Spurs on the ball with Kinski now. Kinski plays it across to Paulinho. Paulinho finds Porro. Porro back to Paulinho. Paulinho squares it to Danso. Danso brings the ball forward a little bit. Not really anything on, so he squares it to his defensive partner in Paulinho. Paulinho nudges it long. I'm not sure if Brennan Johnson was offside there. Yeah, the flag goes up. Brennan Johnson offside. He did look like he was offside there. Just went too soon. As we just get a look at the Spurs bench, just having a little chat and discussing the first opening sort of 8-9 minutes. So we'll continue. So it's Johnson now on that right side, tries to find Tell, but just slams it against the Doncaster player, and it's out for a throw-in on the far side. Oh, actually, what I will do is I will put the scoreline up. There we go. So there's the thingy. There's the score. Like I say, no time on it at the moment, unfortunately. But as we just take a quick look at the Doncaster manager, Grant McCann, just talking to his assistant there. So here's Doncaster on the far side, trying to sort of work the ball. Spurs really pressuring them. Doncaster go back into their own half. But here we go, bringing it forward again. Out on the far side again. Trying to cross it in. Oh, and there's a man on the far side. Nobody there. Oh, and it's a poor header from Doncaster. He was free, unmarked. Don't know who that was. It wasn't Ajay, I don't think. Oh, no, it was Olusanya. Had a free header. Should have really done better. It was Ajay that crossed it. He had a free header. and he just sort of catches it and nudges it wide. Tequila says, do people think Chris Armstrong was better than Tell? Yeah, Chris Armstrong was a lot better than Tell's been so far. So Spence, we're referring to Spurs, to Bentancur. Spence, Jinkin and Jankin, moving the ball away. Crossfield pass to Johnson. Johnson now trying to put the afterburners on. Is he going to actually check and see who's with him? Gray. Johnson. Ball across. Oh! Lovely floated ball across by Johnson. Nobody at the back post tall enough to get it. And it just drifts wide. But Spurs pick up the loose ball. Here's Xavi Simons. Simons trying to cut in, and he's tackled by Doncaster. It's a throw-in to Spurs on this near side. Just probably about I don't know, probably about 10 yards out from the goal. If you can imagine, that is 10 yards from the edge of the till we're off the pitch. So it looks like it's going to be another dance. So big shove, a lot of pushing and shoving in the Doncaster penalty area, and the ref is calling over Paulinho. I know he's talking to the Doncaster captain, and now he's going to have a word with Paulinho as well. Basically just saying, stop that shoving, stop the shoving and pushing. I don't think Paulinho was doing anything wrong. He was just being strong and keep standing his ground, really. Can't see him doing anything. He's backing into him a little bit. But he's just trying to... There's the throw in, and it's headed out to a corner for Spurs. A big throw in by Danso and cleared away for a corner to Spurs. I mean, there was a little bit of shovey argy-bargy in there, but something wrong with the ball that Simons got through, so we'll probably change that and just get asking the ball boy for a different ball. A lot of Spurs players sitting on the back post, no one really near the front post, and we have it wasn't a commit, and that's an overhead kick. That's a beautiful goal. Paulinho, overhead kick. What a goal. That is 1-0 Spurs. Come on. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Overhead kick from Paulinho, from the result, from the corner. Absolutely fantastic. 1-0. 1-0 Spurs, 13 minutes on the clock. And Paulinho seems happy with his first goal for Spurs. It just sort of came out. It was an unconvincing punch. Doncaster headed it clear. Wasn't a clear enough header. And Paulinho just sort of went, thank you very much. I'll try a little bicycle kick there. And yeah, overhead kick. And thank you very much. Yeah, not a convincing... The goalkeeper nearly punched it into his own net, to be fair. The defender really couldn't do much about it. Couldn't generate any kind of power on the clearing header. Simply because of the way the ball was spinning and moving. So, yeah, 1-0 to Doncaster. Colm has jumped into the chat. He's saying Donny's second keeper for a reason. All right, cuz hope you are getting a chance to watch some of this. And Skewer says, message Colm to let him know, James. And then he says, okay, I can it. So, yeah, it's 1-0 Spurs, 15 minutes played. does look like I'm a little bit behind on my stream to what is actually live. And Chamu says, tell not even at Doncaster level calm. I apologise to Donny. And here come Spurs again. It's back to Danso. Danso moving the ball forward, looking for players. There's Spence now. Spence out to Odebear. Odebear trying to move the ball in. He's got it cross. Oh, and it's 2-0. It's 2-0. It's an own goal. 2-0 to Spurs. It's on. It is definitely on. 2-0 to Spurs, own goal. We love it. This could be a cricket score. I don't think my friends who have gone there will be too happy with this. But beautiful run by Odebear. Step over after step over. Doncaster player didn't really know which way he was gone, and a lovely cross. Wasn't really anybody in there, but it is gone in. Guys, look, Chamu, I know you're excited, but we've got two very quickly. Try not to put it in chat until it pops, until I get it popped up, because you look like you're probably slightly ahead of me. But thanks very much anyway. Yeah, Tequila, it's not too late for Com to join the Spurs army. I think he should, because I mean Manchester United aren't doing exactly fantastic either. So Gerard says the floodgates are open. Let's hope so. Let's hope we really put them to the sword. And I'll just give you a quick update on any other scores. So wow. So okay. Manchester City have gone 1-0 up against Huddersfield Town. Newcastle have just had a goal ruled out by VAR, I believe. I'm just waiting for confirmation on that. It went 2-0 and then it went back to 1-0. So it looks like Newcastle are 2-0 up. Sorry. Newcastle 2-0 up against Bradford, and we're 2-0 up against Doncaster, and the Arse are underway against Port Vale, and we all know we all want Port Vale to win there. Here comes Spurs again now. Spurs. Oh, Xavi Simons is pulled back there, and he's then stood on his ankle. Bailey stood on his ankle a little bit there, and it's a yellow card for Bailey. That looked a bit of a painful one for Simons, and he does look like he's in a little bit of pain there. As he gets pulled back and then he gets his ankle stood on, it just looks a bit of a sore one. Hopefully he'll be able to run that off and he'll be okay. So here's Archie Gray now. Gray passes the ball out to the far side with Johnson. Johnson back to Gray. Gray in the penalty area, back to Johnson. Johnson looking to cross, and he just nudges it against the Doncaster player, and it'll be another Spurs corner on the far side. Over 5.5 goals. Is that what you've gone for, Colm? Colm saying over 5.5 in this game, and I'm in the money. Well, yeah. So what you wanting? So you basically are wanting at least 6 goals in the game. It's a sensible bet. It could quite easily happen. Certainly with 2 in the first 15 minutes or so. We can only hope there'll be more goals to come. So here's Spurs. Simons plays it short to Danso to Porro. Porro back to Simons. Simons flicks it forward to Danso. Danso with the cut ball across, bounces about and then comes back out, but only as far as Porro. Porro back out wide to Simons, who's on the right-hand side at the moment. Nowhere for Spurs to go, so we'll play it back a bit. As Porro. Spence now. Spence looking for a runner, pointing for... Look like Tell. I don't know what Tell's doing there on the left. There's Johnson. Johnson now bringing the ball forward. Can he get the ball across? He can. Oh, and Doncaster get a head away from it, and it's still not cleared fully convincingly. And then Doncaster fully get a foot on it, and a 50-50 sort of challenge, and he clips the Doncaster player. It looks like, it's Pedro Porro. Clips Senior. Senior goes down like he's been shot, and he has given away a free kick. So it's a free kick to Doncaster literally on the edge of their 18-yard box. Doncaster play it back to the keeper. We'll play. Oh, good evening, Tequila.
Hello, kind sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. A bit of a strange one, doing a full watch along. Been on the run for a bit.
I'm going to come keep you company, even though I like lots of people in the chat, have no access, can't find a stream. If anyone has a stream, please give us a thumbs up. So you do the play-by-play comp, and James, and I'll talk to you in the chat. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's lovely. Spence now surging down this left-hand side. Cuts inside. Tell went on the overlap, but Spence obviously didn't feel comfortable or confident finding Tell there. Goes out wide to Johnson. Playing the ball back to...
Who's been our best player, you think, so far, James?
So far, Xavi Simons, he's been literally just dictating the tempo, linking the defensive midfield to the attacking front. Johnson's not been too bad. As a wild shot from what looks like Wilson Odobert. He just probably about 30 yards out decided to take a pop, and it was like 30 yards over the top of the goal as well.
If we get another, do you take players off at half time to rest them, or do you just say nah, just keep them
on? The thing is when you look at the bench, is if we get another one,
not now. I mean, that's what I mean. If you get another one, then it's kind of probably game over. So
yeah, it probably would be. But I suppose then you risk upsetting the rhythm. But do you give the youngsters then a chance to try and
then are they going to get a better opportunity than us being 3-0 up against, with all due respect, Doncaster at home? There's not a better time, is there, to give them a little bit of a run out? Surely. No,
there isn't, and you would think that that is going to be what will happen. But I don't know why Chamu's put in.
I think Chamu might be ahead, so maybe keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I do have Sky Sports on, and it doesn't. I've got like Sky Sports News on to give him all the other results going off.
With Chamu, I believe Chamu, if I'm wrong, mate, I think he's in America, so I'm not sure how he's seeing it before you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm using Paramount Plus American stream, so
okay.
It doesn't seem to be a 3-0, but
maybe he was just kind of responding to what I was saying. Maybe if we get free, then he'd bring players on. Maybe
free kick to Doncaster now, probably about halfway between the halfway line and the Spurs 18-yard box. Crossed in, but well cleared there by Matisse Tell. Actually doing a little bit of defensive work there. Doncaster play the ball all the way back to their goalkeeper, and Tell hassling and jostling, trying to win the ball back. Here comes Ajay now with Doncaster down this near side on the right. Oh, and that's a poor pass there. And Spurs are able to break with Simons. Good ball. Oh, just gets his toe on it and intercepted by Doncaster. And
Would you have started Simons? I know obviously he's doing well, but would you have started him for this game? Because I probably wouldn't have.
No, I was very surprised to see Simons start, to be fair. I thought they may have gone a different route, maybe put a youngster in there.
Yeah.
To give the opportunity, see what they can see what they could do. I think, like you said, it would be a good experience for them against the League One opposition. Yeah, just offside, Doncaster.
It's funny you say that, because Com in the chat, as I put up, has also said that he thought that some of their players would also be playing for the experience, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Some of their
you would have. Yeah, I mean, I it's been a while since I've actually watched a Doncaster game to know what their full strength team is. Here comes Spurs though on the attack. Archie Gray surging forward on this right hand side, looking for support. He finds. Who was that? What was that? Tell. It was Tell sitting very deep. I don't know why he sat so deep, because like Archie Gray was further forward. Tell picks up the ball, cuts inside onto his right, and strikes a clean shot. And it's a good save by the Doncaster goalkeeper, to be fair, to deny Matisse Tell.
Do you class him as an out-and-out striker? Me and Demo had this conversation the other night about if he's a striker or if he should be on the left wing.
I prefer him. I would prefer him on the left wing. I actually prefer him as a left winger, cutting in. He's got a wicked right foot, and playing him on that left and enable him to sort of cut in and use his right better. I think it suits his play. And there's a big header from Benton Kerr, I think it was, and I think it looked like it was clipped away from the goal, but the ref's given a goal kick. Benton Kerr, right? Yeah, he did. Benton Kerr rising highest, and yeah, that was going in, and the Donny player just gets his toe into it, and but the ref's given it as a goal kick, so a bit disappointing there by the ref.
You might have already done this, James, but big up to Ryan Tristan, who became a member.
Yes, I did welcome Ryan to picking up his membership.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, mate, I didn't know if you did or not. I didn't come into about past.
Yeah. No, I did big up Ryan coming in for picking up a membership. It's much appreciated, and I said we very much appreciate people picking up a membership.
Definitely.
Giant68 says, doesn't Tell play on left for France under 21s? They have deployed him on the left, but they have also deployed him through the middle as well. Archie Gray now into the Doncaster penalty area. Back to Johnson. Johnson looking for a ball in. It comes in, but it's headed clear. It's a poor cross, really, by Johnson. He's got to be hitting that man. He's putting it in the right kind of area, but I don't know if there's nobody there or no one's thinking he's going to get that ball across. But yeah, it's. Have
Doncaster offered any kind of threat going forward, or has it been one-way traffic a bit?
It's pretty much been one-way traffic in regards to the attack in front, other than literally the first 30 seconds of the game where Odebear lost out and Doncaster caught us on the counter attack. They've had glimpses in front of the goal. Arsenal have just scored. Just to let you know, Eze has just scored for Arsenal.
His first goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing against Port Vale. He should be scoring, to be fair.
Is Robbie Williams there, mate? Port Vale.
I don't know. But yeah, so it's one of those. They've had a few sniffs. We have a few sniffs. they've had a few sniffs, shall I say, of Doncaster. Colm saying we only have 4 of our first team on the pitch at the moment.
Is he making
Wow.
this? I can't comment. You're making excuses.
Yeah, I think he probably is. He's probably making excuses.
Big up to Geordie in the chat. Away the lads. Big up, mate.
Yeah. Geordie coming in. Your boys playing tonight, 2-0 up at minute, Geordie. You'll be happy with that. So Spurs just inside the Doncaster half with a free kick. Porro launches it deep into the Doncaster penalty area. It falls to Archie Gray, and oh, what a save! Archie Gray struck that ball, looked like it was destined for the bottom corner, and somehow the goalkeeper dived stretching to his right and just managed to get big hands on it to push it behind for another corner. Big head by Danso, and Archie Gray there picking up the pieces.
Where are they playing Gray tonight? Which position is he rolled the dice for tonight?
He's playing as a central defensive midfielder, but he seems to have been given the license to sort of push forward a little bit as well.
Is he playing? Is he playing further up the pitch than Paulinho?
Yes, Paulinho's playing more as a centre back by the looks. At first, when I got the team lineups, it put Paulinho in as sort of as a DM and Archie Gray as a centre back. Oh.
Interesting.
Ball bouncing around inside the Doncaster penalty box. Just couldn't really clear it for a second there, and it's finally cleared. And it looks like Danso is off the pitch at the moment, just receiving treatment to possibly a cut on the head. When he won the header for Archie Gray's chance, he's might have just put a little bit of a cut on his head, and there's also a Doncaster player down on the pitch as well. Archie Gray, Danso definitely being treated for a cut just above his left eye. There's a few Doncaster players holding different various parts of the body, sort of like giving them a little rub, and
that's just because they've come up against a machine, bro. That's why they've come up against a machine, bro, tonight.
But yeah, Danso with looks like a pretty nasty cut. Got some pressure on there. Hopefully that's not gonna rule him out and cause him to go off. Just it gives everybody a chance to take on some fluids, pass on some messages while the teams are talking. Just to give you an update of some of the scores that are going, other games that are going off. Man City still 1-0 up. Newcastle still 2-0 up. Arsenal are 1-0 up. Real Betis have taken the lead against Nottingham Forest. And Ludogorets versus Malmo. Ludogorets are also 1-0 up. All the other European games still 0-0. Celtic still 0-0. As well.
No real upsets so far tonight.
No. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I do have a little bet going myself, and I actually had Betis to beat Nottingham Forest, just mainly because I can see Ange getting sacked in a month, personally.
That's because we know how Angie plays, so we know that football. I would say I feel sorry for Forest, but I mean, I don't really.
No, I don't feel sorry for him. I think it's a bit of just deserves with how they conducted themselves in the Morgan Gibbs White transfer debacle. But hey ho, we're back underway now. It looks like Danso's had his head glued. Looks like they were putting some glue into it, so it must be a pretty significant cut if they're gluing it. Obviously, they'll stick a bit of glue on there and probably stick a bandage on it and send him back out. So at the moment, Spurs just playing temporary with 10 men, but they still managed to get the ball forward. Johnson chasing this one down the right-hand side. And no go there. But Bentancur picks up the loose pass from Doncaster. Here's Tell. Tell running backwards, plays the ball back to Paulinia to Gray, and Gray goes all the way back to Kinski. Kinski was about 10 yards outside of his box, plays the ball forward, and it's just slick passing. Here comes Gray now. Gray battling with the Doncaster players, gets the better of 2 or 3 of them. Out wide to Odebear. Odebear cutting in onto the right. Passes it back to Gray. Gray to Simons on the edge of the box. Simons, lovely little 1-2 intricate play from Simons and Odebear. And it's a Spurs corner again.
Big up Com saying, no, I just looked at the team and we're missing Molyneux, Sharp, Lotutier, I don't know if you pronounce that, Westerbrook, Stelly, and Gibson. I have not heard of any of them, maybe Molyneux.
Billy
do you
Sharp,
know them well?
yeah. I know some of it. I know Molyneux, Billy Sharp. I'm not sure who Lo Tutala is or Tutilea. And Westerbrook I do know of, but I don't know who Sterry and Gibson are. It's been a few years since I went to see, see Doncaster play. Probably about 3 years ago. Oh, lovely little touch from Simons there. Little back heel into the path of Odebear. Odebear down the wing. Low is the number 1 keeper, Colm says. Simons now switches the play. Oh, wicked deflection on the cross from Porro, and it's collected by the Doncaster goalkeeper, who tries to launch a fast ball. And here come Doncaster now. Oli Mania on his own, not really anybody in support, and Spurs just take it off him and mop it up, and they're just passing it around him. Oh, but that's a wasteful pass, but he's lucky there was Archie Gray. Played a sloppy pass, but it bounced off a Doncaster player, and he was able to pick it up. Tried to play the ball forward, but Doncaster have it now in their own half. Spurs just starting to press Doncaster again now, not trying to let them have much space, and they're all the way back to the goalkeeper. Let's have a look, see now, and trying to play it forward now. Here comes Doncaster down the right hand side, and that is a free kick to Doncaster, just, well, I'd say about 20 yards inside their own half. Just giving a bit of match stats: 10 shots from Tottenham, 3 on target, 4 from Doncaster, none in target. Spurs have had 19 touches in the opposition box, 10 for Doncaster, and Spurs have had 63.5% of the possession.
I'm just looking at some of the Europa League results as well.
Yeah,
Celtic are drawing at Red Star Belgrade. 1-1 Forest and Betis, as you said.
Dynamo Zagreb taking the lead against Fenerbahce. Ludogorets have now gone.
Roma versus Nice. That's a draw, 0-0 right now.
Yeah, 0-0 at the moment. And Basel versus Freiburg is 0-0 as well.
Feyenoord versus Braga currently 0-0 as well.
Yeah. So at the moment, Tell with the ball. Spurs playing some nice triangular passes, trying to work some space at the moment. We do look very. I know we're only against League One opposition, and we should be looking comfortable on the ball. But we are looking like we're trying to create the space, trying to get the runners, trying to move the ball quickly. Johnson offside again. It was a lovely crossfield pass from Danso to Johnson, but Johnson just strained himself offside. Not really paying attention to the.
G-Giant says he remembers Billy Sharp in his old local club, Rushden Diamonds. Do you remember Rushden Diamonds?
Yeah, I remember Rushden Diamonds. I do remember Rushden Diamonds. Used to be one of on a old Premier Manager 90, I think it was 92, 93. I used to start with Rushton and Diamonds because you used to have to start as a conference team manager, and I used to choose Rushton and Diamonds because
they were in the conference league for ages, weren't they? They were always there.
They really were, yeah.
I live quite near Rushton, actually. It's actually quite a nice place.
Oh, there you go. I didn't actually see it. Doncaster had a really good opportunity. Now then, ref, that is asking a question. Simons, was he pushed? Was he pushed? It looked like he was shoved on the back. Just as we were talking and we were going through the other results. Doncaster had a really good effort, and it was actually a fantastic save by Kinski to keep it out. We just showed a highlight of it, and I was like, "Wow, that was a." Oh no, maybe not a penalty. He put his hand on his back and he went down. He went down very, very easily there. But Doncaster had a really good effort. Kinski with a diving save to his right and tips it onto the post. So it was good effort. Something for Spurs to be wary about. We can't be too switched off in this game. Doncaster showing they are capable of creating chances. So just a little warning sign there for Tottenham. But yeah, it was never a penalty. When I saw the replay, it was never ever a penalty. So we're probably about three minutes plus stoppage time away from half time. Spurs 2-0 up. Gerard says that's 2 goals Donny should have. Yeah, agreed. We could have had one early on. Here comes Odebear, and it's flicked out, tackled, and it's another Spurs corner. Nixon, number 16, playing for Doncaster. He's playing really well for Doncaster. To be fair, he's really, really good battle between him and Odebear, and it's keeping Odebear on his toes. As Spurs get ready to take this corner dance.
When Gerard's saying here about should it really be 2-2? Do you agree with that? They've had 2 opportunities, 2 good opportunities. To be fair, there was one was Olimanya had a free header in the box and just completely skewed it wide, and then that second opportunity. There that I don't know who actually struck it, but he caught it well and he took a good save. It was going in. It was a good save. And the Olimanya first effort, he was unmarked. He was in between 2 defenders, and nobody jumped with him. He should have done better, to be honest. So yes, there is an argument, but it could be 2-2. But okay.
It's probably more the second effort where it was Kinski saving it was probably the biggest opportunity, to be fair. But yeah, they definitely could have had something out of this game so far. Danso does indeed have a big bandage on his head. Ball comes out from this corner to Porro. Porro to Odebear, and as that ball just skewed away from him, it's a throw-in.
Com says Nixon is the backup to Sterry, and then he says, "Good to see him get some minutes."
Yeah. He's playing well, is Nixon. He just seemed to be holding his own against Odebear. To be fair, he's really making Odebear work down this left-hand side. I think maybe so. It's just come up on the board, guys. With 3 minutes of stoppage time remaining in this first half. Danso with a big long throw in. Ball comes out, flicked over by Benton Kerr. Benton Kerr trying a little overhead flick, but it's just gone past the far post and out for a Doncaster goal kick. Yeah, I mean, it was like a little flick over his head. He tried to just sort of with the outside of his foot. I mean, that would have been something special if that had flicked into the goal. Spurs side chat says, "Where's Dermo?"
On a plane, probably.
No, he's just got. I think by now he will be actually picking his sister up. I think it's about 9 o'clock. He has to go pick his sister up from her landing, and then he's got a long journey back. Once he gets them home, he's then got a long journey back home himself. So it's that is where Dermo is tonight. Gerard said Odebear is League One level as proven tonight. I wouldn't say he's League One level. I think he's again not played much. He had a long time out last season. If you remember, Tequila, he picked up a few injuries
last year.
So yeah, I think it's just it's getting minutes in the legs. You got to think some of these players, Archie Gray, Odebear, Brennan Johnson, they've not had many game minutes.
I think starting Odebear was the right decision because he's somebody I do think needs badly. See, I think Simmons is. I don't think he needed to play, but I think Odebear and I think Gray. We've got to give these quote unquote the B side. We've got to give them a run out, mate.
Yeah.
Con wants him on loan.
Odebear, yeah, I'm pretty sure he would.
What man? You mean for Man United? Nah, he's too good for Man United, mate. Maybe Doncaster.
Yeah.
Look at this one. Gerard says Dermo's gone to the lane to pick up Tell and Odebear and drive to Luton Airport. Don't want to come to Luton, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, and Spurside chat also says he just wants to see the youngsters now. Yeah, I agree with giving the youngsters some opportunity, but I think at the moment there's probably, and the way Thomas Frank Colm does say no for Doncaster, Odebear for Doncaster, and that's the end of the first half, guys. That's the the half-time whistle, not full-time whistle, half-time whistle. It's 2-0 to Spurs. At half-time.
Do you want to take a break, mate? I'll play the VPN, our channel sponsor. Yes. You'll get to hear Con being a WWE wrestler and all that trying to be. While James goes and takes a break.
Yeah, I'll go get a quick drink and refreshing the old vocal cords. I will be back in a minute. If you can play that for me, that'd be great.
I will do, mate. Okay, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and listen to our channel sponsor, Private Internet Access. Take it away. Yeah. Get yours now.
Let me talk to you. A little reference there. But I'm going to stop messing about. I'm going to talk to you about Private Internet Access, the best VPN in the land. Now, when you're online, you may not realize, but all of your data is there for the taking by anybody. With a VPN such as Private Internet Access, your data is safe and secure, streamlined, and nobody else can get hold of it. That's why I use one anyway. VPN's very easy to use. Private Internet Access, all you got to do is log on your phone, select where you want to be. So I want to be in America, and I click go, and there we are. You can also link up your devices to it from your phone if that is easier for you. It's available on a lot of platforms as well, as you can see, and you can use it for a very, very big range of things. So that's even better as well. You can use it, like I said, on all your devices, smartphone, tablets, gaming consoles, and stick it on your modem, and it's unlimited devices. One equals all. It's available all across the world, and it works perfectly. What they do is they mask your IP address, so pesky 3 o'clock kickoffs aren't an issue anymore, and they're independently audited, so there's no logs, 30 million customers, and 4.5-star Trustpilot rated excellent review. Private internet access. Get yours now.
Now, and that
There
was
you
good
go.
time because I've just literally got back.
Perfectly timed, James. You know exactly how long that ad was. Perfectly timed for the second,
Yeah.
bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, so good first half, I think. Started very positively. I would like to see more in the second half. I don't want to see us take his foot off the gas. I would like to see a couple more goals from. Okay. No, sorry, that was one of my buddies who was actually at the game. I sent him the link to get him
What
into
did
the show, but
Was he saying that is he having fun?
he says he wouldn't let him into the to the show. I'm just going to send him a link again.
Com says 4 more goals, please.
What
Yeah.
for Doncaster?
He just wants to get paid, doesn't he? Bless you, Com.
Yeah, he does.
Let's give you guys some halftime scores and a couple of current scores. One score's just changed. I've just seen in Europa League. The four Carling Cup matches are: Man City are 1-up at Huddersfield. Newcastle are 2-0 up to Bradford City at home. We are obviously 2-0 up to Doncaster Rovers, and Arsenal are still 1-0 up. Not quite half time in that one. That's 39 minutes. But the Europa League, we have, just seen it. We've got Nottingham Forest are now 2-1 up. Well done, Ange. 2-1 up there. 38 minutes played. Celtic still 0-0. Feyenoord still 0-0 with Braga. Celtic 0-0 with Red Star Belgrade. Who else have you got? Fenerbahce 1-1 with Zagreb. Sturm Graz 0-2. God, how do you pronounce this one, James? You pronounce this?
The Sturm Graz game. Let me have a look. Let me see if I can find them. I've just gone by them. FC Midtjylland.
Midtjylland, well done.
Yeah.
And PAOK 0-0 with Tel Aviv. So that's it. That's the current scores.
Yeah. I'm needing Betis to turn something round in that game because I've got them in my bet. Pretty much everything else is doing exactly like what I thought it was going to do. Let's sort of see. So, I need Fenerbahce to score and Braga to score as well. But the biggest one is Betis being 2-1 behind to Notts Forest. I was certainly hoping for a Betis win there. Hopefully they'll get on it and they'll be they'll put it back for me.
Let's have a look here. Gerard O'Connor is saying, were we in neutral? I guess this is for you, James, or is that the level of players we have on the park?
I think the 2 quick goals, Gerard, to be fair, you could quite clearly see that we kind of took his foot off a little bit. It wasn't sort of like, okay, so it was like 2 quick goals and it gave us a bit of comfort. Do you know what I mean? And that comfort level started to show of where we weren't desperately trying to push for that goal. It's just showing a replay of Paulinia's overhead kick. Absolutely brilliant. He controlled it really well.
I'll controlled it really well.
Yeah. He because it could have quite easily gone certainly awry if he'd have not got his foot right round it. And it was a good run by Odegaard for the second. Wayne Bonner says, sounded like a good first half. Happy with that. How's Tell doing up front? Not very well, to be honest, Wayne. I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to be brutally honest with it, with my assessment of Matisse Tell, and I'm a big Matisse Tell fan. Not well at all. Missed probably 2 golden opportunities. Did have another good strike of the ball, but was well saved by the by the Doncaster goalkeeper. But yeah, he's not exactly been lighting the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium up tonight. It wouldn't surprise me to see Richie come on for him, or Luca Williams-Barnett. He may come on for him.
I'd go with Barnett. I would. I
Yeah.
don't think. What's Richie going to prove? I mean, we already know that he's not very good. Well, I don't think so. So what's the point of bringing him on? What's the point? You might as well.
Yeah.
Gerard's also asking, shocking what we spent on so-called strikers since Kane arrived. Sorry, since Kane moved. Me and Demo was talking about it just yesterday. This is why I think we'd all take Kane back. I think most of us would. Where do you feel on that, James? We didn't actually ask. You know, have you talked about it yet? But Kane back, yes or no? Or
I would take him back, absolutely.
57 million is the rumor. Is the rumored release clause? Too much?
No, it's not.
Is it
Bayern
not?
Munich paid Spurs a fee to get rid of the January release clause.
Oh, it's not there then. So that
No.
that report was wrong then. Is that what you're saying that we had yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the clause was there, and that is what the clause was 57 million. But yeah, Bayern Munich have said Spurs will give you, I think it's 5 million to get rid of the release clause, and Spurs accepted it.
Wow.
So
short-sighted or not, James, for them to accept that?
I think very short-sighted, because now you put yourself in the possibilities of, if you want to bring him back, you're going to pay a premium, or you've got to wait until his contract runs out. And I think Bayern Munich are going to keep Kane around until what's the young striker they've just signed? I do remember his name. I signed him in the summer, and I saw it happen, and I was like, "That's a good signing for them."
Not Nicholas Jackson. You went not Nicholas Jackson.
No.
No,
weren't Nicholas Jackson. But so not Nicholas Jackson, Wayne. But it's a youngster he's like 18, 19. They didn't pay like over the odds for him. I think it was only like 15, 20 million. I'm going to have to Google it now because it's going to thrash my head.
Okay. Com's asking Lancashire on loan. What, to Donny?
No, Will Lancashire is out on loan. Is Will Lancashire out on loan?
Oh, is he asking? Is he out on loan? Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. He wants to leave before Jan. They will on. Oh, right. Okay. So, Com, with a bit more information than what I've got. It says, I think there's a gentleman's agreement between Kane and Bayern that if he tells them he wants to leave before Jan, they will honour the 57 million asking price.
He's not going to want to leave before Jan, is he? Why would he leave?
No.
They're probably.
I think he'll. I think.
Win the Bundesliga again, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they. I think he'll stay this this summer. I think he will stay this summer, and
Wayne's also saying bring Kane back, and he wants him to mentor Lancashire.
Paul Vanner, sorry, is the name of the young kid who. No, not Paul Vanner. He went back on loan. Sorry, it's Jonah Kusi Asare. He's the centre forward for Bayern Munich, tipping for big things He's the next sort of big name who could be in the Bayern Munich shirt.
Gerard saying, I think Richie is only getting game time so they can flock him in January, as it was rumoured, and couldn't wait to get rid of him in the summer, but as no one would expect no takers. So you think they're just doing it to keep his value up? Yeah, hasn't he got to perform well though in the game to keep his value up? But if he performs badly, it's just going to go the opposite way, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was interest in Richie. There's some Saudi clubs were interested.
Rumoured Everton
Everton
were rumoured to be wanting them back, didn't they?
Yeah, and also I want to say Fluminense in Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
We're also looking at bringing him back, but what happens with Richarlison is anybody's guess. I mean, he started very well in the start of the season, and he's just done a typical Richarlison and gone completely off the boil. I
mean, it shouldn't really be a surprise to anyone, but I think some people, I don't know, when he played well for those 2 games at the start of the season, I think people were like, "Oh, he's going to be Richarlison's finally going to show his form." It's like, no, he does this every once in a blue moon. He'll have a good game. It's not that he's not capable of having a good game, but it's just once a season, twice a season. You know what I mean?
Well, you could pretty much say like, for a push 4 or 5 times a season, he will put in a decent performance. I mean, everybody will think, "Oh, he's back. Richie's back. He's quality." And I mean, nothing. And it's about consistency, really. I would have liked.
He's never got 13 goals, James. He's never.
No.
Even his best season, he got 13. So he's never been that player ever. So we never should have expected him to be. And I feel that some people somehow did, which is weird to me.
Yeah. Teams just coming back out. I'm just going to see if there has been any changes. It doesn't look like there's been any changes so far.
Would you have made any then? Would you have made any?
I would give it 10 minutes, personally. Give it 10 minutes, just because of how Doncaster sort of came back into that sort of towards the back end of the first half. I would certainly give it 10 minutes, let the boys get back out, let them settle the game down, maybe try to nick another one. And then if we can then nick another one, maybe look to bring on some of the youngsters or some of the players on the bench. See what they can do. Give the likes of maybe Simons a rest and Paulini a rest, because we have got that ability to sort of shore everything up with the players with the youngsters that we've got. I'd say maybe take Tell off as well. But again, who do you bring on for Tell other than Luca Williams Barnett?
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah. Or you could bring Richie on, but again, what's the point? So we are underway. The second half is underway. What's Gerard saying there? How long more will Solanke be entertained at the club? He ain't quality and will never bag 20 season. Need to be given a taxi also.
Well, I mean, look, Richarlison's been here maybe 4 or 5 seasons now, so you could say, okay, you cut your losses. But Solanke, he's only been here a year and a half. Not even that. He's been a year and 2 months.
And I don't think Solanke fitted well into a Postecoglou style system. I don't think it was the system for him.
Why was he our marquee signing last year then? Was it just as simple as then, James, that there was just nobody else? Was it really just as simple as that?
Yeah, it was as simple as that. And it was, okay, we can splash some money on a player and that might appease the fans.
Even though the manager probably thought he's probably not the best, Even though
Yeah, he's probably not the
a lot
best
of people told me that he was perfect for Ange Ball. That's what they said. He's perfect for Ange Ball. That's what he said.
I don't think he was perfect for Ange Ball. I think it was. I think he's perfect for Thomas Frank, and the way Thomas Frank sets up a team, and that. So, just watching this, Matisse Tell just went ploughing down the left-hand wing, and it was absolutely swiped out of the game by, I think it's Middleton. And to be honest, it should have been it should be a booking there. Was nowhere near the ball. Just took nothing but Matisse Tell's leg. And I'm surprised VAR haven't looked at that. But I know they can't get involved in yellow card decisions. But
James, how do you feel about this one? Seriously, do you think Solanke, Tell, and Richie will bag 30 goals between them this season? I say a big no-no. I think they'll be lucky to get 20. That's my truth.
Yeah. I mean, I think once Solanke gets back, if he gets fit and he's able to stay fit, I think he'll probably become our top goal scorer. But do I think he'll put 20 in? No, I think he might put 12, 13.
Yeah.
And the others, maybe 6 or 7 each to sort of get it up to maybe 30 between them.
See, I reckon they're lucky to get 20. I reckon they're lucky to get 25.
Yeah.
If they get 25, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, and it's then sort of then you start thinking, well, where else are the goals going to come from? And then you start thinking, well, Kudus, Simmons.
You know what, James? So far in the season, I think set pieces might be our go-to more often than we'd like this year.
Yeah, which has not really been our strong suit, but I think we do look strong in the set piece at the moment.
Now, you saying that? Do you think that is because Ange just didn't care, or has Frank gone out of his way to make us a force in set pieces? Or was Ange just not interested at all? So he never found out because he just didn't care about practicing defensively or offensively.
I think a lot of it was Ange didn't care. I think Ange Ball was all about front foot, pressing hard, pressing high, and we will score goals by from the press rather than from set pieces. And even the defensive side of the set pieces, we weren't good enough. We conceded so many goals. So many goals from set pieces. Gerard says, so how can we get top 6?
I'll answer first, James. I said 8th, so I don't think we will. That's me.
Yeah, I'm going to answer as well to that one. I don't think we'll finish inside the top 6. I think 7th, 8th is probably the best we can hope for. I mean, we've started well, but we all know we can start well and very quickly slip off. I mean, last season we started well and very quickly sort of slipped away from things.
James, would you say it's the old, we've got an okay first 11, but we're going to be having 2 games a week now, and the squad will not be able to handle it, and the performances will drop? Do you think? Because that's what I think will happen.
I think in certain games, yes, the squad cannot handle it. In regards to like 2 games a week. So yeah, I do think that we could suffer, and certainly as deeper we get into the season, and the tired of the players become, because they're playing so many games, I think then we will be struggling. And like I say, I think 7th, 8th is a good shout for us. Maybe 7th, 8th, and hopefully maybe a quality Carabao Cup run, maybe reach the final, and a decent FA Cup run. But yeah, I do think we'll be, our lack of goals will become exposed. Hopefully the money is there and inputted for ENIC have said they're going to pump into the club for January, will be there, and we can go out and look to just maybe pay money for a striker. I know we've got Mwani as well, but he's not really had the opportunity yet. He's picked up this dead leg that seems to be niggling him. So we have got him, but we could sort of look at. But again, he's predominantly more of a winger, attacking midfielder rather than an out-and-out striker. Personally,
You know what? I'm going to challenge, if it's okay, James, what Com said here. He said, I think the issue is Spurs were spoilt with Kane, but I also think that expectations need to be lowered in regards to strikers. Kane was a 1 in a million striker, and there's not many out there. You're right, but I can, and so can James, can go back and give you a list of strikers. Berbatov, Keane, Defoe, those 3 right away come to mind, who are all much higher quality than any of the strikers we've got now. Right, that's 3 right away. I can just say. Don't get me wrong. We've had some bad ones as well. We've had Redbrook, we've had Everson, we've had Armstrong, we've had Zamora. So I can list off bad ones as well. But I don't think we expect to get another Harry Kane. But we know we can do better than Solanke and Richarlison. That's where I'm going to argue with Com. That's from me. Anyway. Yeah. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm not sure what Gerard means. The panel will be this panel will be exposed.
Me and James.
I'm not sure what he means.
What have we said?
I'm a bit unsure on that one. But he just says, so in real terms, at least 15 players need to be moved on so they don't cut it, and buy 6 quality players next summer and pay them Liverpool rates and cop on. Don't know what you mean by cop on. I'm not sure on that one, Gerard. No, I don't think we need to sell them all. I think some of them are capable of playing big parts in regards to the panel of players. He meant he means the panel of players. That's what it meant. No, panel of players.
Right, yeah.
So I think some of the players have the ability to be sort of bit part players, and but yeah, we still need. I would say we still need 6 quality players, easily 6 quality players. I think we started a little bit of progression towards the end of our transfer window, but I still think more needs to be done. A lot of people say we had a fantastic summer window. I think we had a okay summer window.
I still gave it. I gave it a 6. I'd say that overall, I would have said a 7 had we managed to shift any of our deadwood, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So I actually downgraded it. I think incomings I'll give us a 7, but I think our outcomings are really bad. So I lowered it to a 6 based on the ins and outs. Just on the players we brought in, I'll give it a 7. But I can't get past the fact that players like Basuma is still here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll play unless we have a catastrophic injury list to the central midfielders. Here comes Spurs trying to get into the box. I'm watching this game. I'm not really commentating.
No, go on, yeah, mate. Go back to commentating a little bit. We'll pick up the chat again in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs. It's just been sort of very much in the middle of the park. Both teams sort of losing the ball out. Doncaster had one chance. Olimenya literally swiped at the ball and completely miscued it, and it went wide. Tottenham have sort of not really threatened so much this second half, and that concerns me quite a lot. That we just seem to be.
Are we happy with the 2-0, James? Is that what you're telling me?
I think it looks like we could be. I don't think. I mean, there's is some intent. Like Simons again is just sort of trying to run that midfield, that attacking midfield, and get the ball moving and be sort of like a proactive player and sort of try and get us on the attacking foot. But players around him, they just seem to be, I wouldn't say snail's pace, but sort of trotting. They're not busting a gut, they're just sort of trotting around and don't seem to be really performing. So it's just a free kick here. Polo standing over ball, deeping us into Doncaster half, but easily cleared away by Doncaster again. Tell seems to have shifted more out to the wing, and Odebear seems to have come more central at the moment. It's like they keep swapping and changing.
That's obviously a tactical by Frank. Then Frank obviously wants to get Tell more involved. So Odebear through the middle sounds. I mean, it wouldn't have been my first choice to put in the middle, but maybe then, as you said, maybe he wants to kind of try to just keep him guessing. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we're getting some substitutions. It is Richarlison and Bergvall that look like they're just about to come on. So I think that could be maybe. I mean, if you take Xavi off, that would be a bit of a shame. So unless he's brought pushing Tell more out wide, so
that's a weird one for me, James. I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to question Frank. He knows obviously much more about football than I ever will. But it's a weird choice. Surely you'd want to rest Richie for the weekend.
Yeah,
he's our only fit striker.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's see. I'll see what these actual substitutes. It's not actually happened yet, so I don't know exactly who's actually coming on and who's going off. It looks like we're just waiting for this throw-in. Doncaster look like they're going to make a couple of changes as well. I don't know if they'll get them done before this throw-in. It looks like not. Looks like Danso's going to launch it into the box again. Big throw-in. Doncaster trying to clear it. It's up in the air. It's back out to Danso. And it's out for a goal kick. Danso's played well for me. He's been pretty solid at the back, and he's tried to influence the ball going forward. So here we go. So we have got Richie coming on for Odebear. And who's coming off? So that makes sense for Tell being pushed out wide. So to me,
Tell's on the left. Tell's going to be on the left then, and Richie's going to be
and it is Xavi Simons for Bergvall. So Simons has been sort of like one of the better players who's sort of been playing in the second half or in the entire game, really. So a bit disappointed. Simons does look a bit disappointed himself to be coming off.
I think I'd rather save him for the weekend. Really, we should be able to hang on from here. I use the word "should," of course. So
yeah. Johnson's been pretty much invisible this second half, I must say.
Isn't that the norm for him? And then he'll pop. That's what he does there, and then he pop up with a goal, and then everyone will forget that he's done nothing for the rest of the game. That's what he does, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But yeah, he does. He's sort of vanished. He had a couple of good runs in the first half, trying to get the ball across, trying to cross the ball, but. Yeah, he's sort of invisible this second half. Just sort of drifts in and out of the game. Even the Doncaster players seem to just pass the ball around him quite easily, and when he just sort of trots about like just there, he could have busted a little bit of gut trying to make a tackle, but he didn't. He just sort of trotted about there, not really doing anything.
I get this impression. I get this impression, James. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I get this impression that Gerrard doesn't like Odegaard very much.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that feeling myself. To be fair, I don't think. Well, I'm not writing him completely off. I just think he needs to be given a bit of time.
What I would say to Gerrard, James, is that, and I'll ask you the same question as well. What were you expecting from him? He played one season in the Premiership. He's a young player. He did okay. Yeah. He's one of those highlight plays, like normal. You go on YouTube, any player can look good, right? I didn't know that much about him, right? He was an underwhelming signing because I think we all expected ready-made players, of which he's not. So what is? Yeah. Are we expecting him to be what? What are we expecting him to be? Better than he is. That's fair enough. But what were we expecting for? What was it? 25 million, which isn't that's not even much anymore. Let's get realistic.
No, it's not. And I think probably what most people were expecting him to be is the next Sonny.
Well.
And he was never going to be able to live up to that hype of being the next Sonny.
This is what I mean. What was that based upon? Why did anyone think that he was going to be? Did he really show that much potential in the Burnley side to where people thought, yeah, man, this guy's going to be a world beater?
Yeah, I mean, Com saying the same. Odegaard needs to be loaned out to learn his trade in either Scottish or Championship sides. I agree. Even if it's and look, he did well for Burnley when he was playing for Burnley. I think Burnley could have him back and give him game time. But again, I do come back to the fact that he was injured quite a lot last season. He hasn't had the sort of the chance to sort of impress, and he was always going to be playing second fiddle to Sonny. I think they signed him for squad numbers, Gerrard. Ideally, I think it was squad numbers, and that's my personal opinion. I think
we signed him last season, Gerrard, is because last season it was all about this youth recruitment, and whether we like it or not, I think Bergville's going to end up being the best of the bunch. Funny enough, he was the one we paid the least amount for.
Yeah. 8 million with, I think it was 8.5 million with potentially rising to 15 million.
I'm not writing off Gray or anything. I'm not saying Gray can't become a good player, but I think it looks to me that Bergville has a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
it looks that way, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean Archie Gray as well. We paid a lot of money for Archie.
42 million, which is crazy for a player who never played in a Premier League. That was a crazy amount, James.
Yeah. Another long throw in by Danso, but it's a free kick to Doncaster, pushing and shoving, and the ref's had enough and is now blowing for pretty much any little shove in the. I don't see much wrong with it. I mean, it was 50-50. Like Bentancur had a hold of his man, and the same player had hold of Bentancur. So I can't really.
Gerard's asking. Sorry to cut you off, James, mate. I just thought this is quite an interesting one. Do you think the club is too big for him? Odegaard, I think he means.
Yes, I do. I think it was too much of a step up too quickly for him.
So would you have loaned him out? Would you have loaned him out last year? I know that he got injured, but before, would that have been the idea? We buy him and then send him back to Burnley for another year rather than buying him directly?
Yes, I do think that. But I think also the problem with that is we were so light for positions. We had no option but to keep them around. Because if we'd have let them gone and picked up even like the injuries that we had, we wouldn't have had. We'd have been playing youngsters from the youth team, and then it would have been like, why didn't we sign anybody, or why did we loan them out? I think it was a no-win scenario, really. That's a good ball. There's Johnson. Oh, Matisse Tell, you absolute dumpling.
Has he missed another one?
He's the ball. Johnson squared the ball. He's swung it with his right, and he's completely missed it again. That is two golden opportunities Matisse Tell's had to just put his foot through the ball, and he's swung at fresh air. I honestly do not know what is going on there with Matisse Tell. No one around him.
Yeah,
and he's just swung his foot at it, and Giant 68. His ball control is absolute diabolical tonight. We're the player who played for the France under-21s and scored them two brilliant goals. Is just doesn't show up in a white shirt.
You have to honestly, seriously be questioning what we saw last year that convinced Spurs to say, yeah, all right, let's get him on a permanent. Because me and Dermo never understood why it wasn't another loan.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, look, I was a big advocate of his. And mainly a lot of my sort of bias for him, because I saw how good he could be, like on Football Manager. Because obviously, I get a lot of you sort of see how players develop over the years. And yes, it is only a computer game, but a game's algorithm comes from what they believe he could do. And
the Sports Interactive, I'm going to back you up with this, James. The Sports Interactive, their scouting is nearly as good as the real life stuff, because they've got so many people covering so many leagues in the world. Honestly, they're nearly as good as the real thing. Yeah, in Football Manager, not FIFA, but in Football Manager, that's proper people. That's proper statistics go into that. Just saying.
So I mean, I signed him numerous times for different clubs when I'd taken control of them as managers, just quickly, the stats have come up for so far, and Doncaster have seen a lot more of the ball. It's now 57 to 42% possession wise, and they've had a lot more chances as well. Spurs have not really looked threatening in this second half at all. And it says, Gerard says, if Real Madrid, Barca, Juve sell anyone that young, they know they are dirt.
Normally, yeah.
Tell came through. It didn't come from Real Madrid. Munich, yes, but it didn't play for Barca or Juve. And I just don't I think Bayern Munich saw the potential that was there, signed him, and just he couldn't get into the team. Here come Doncaster, and that's well held by Kinski there.
A quick update on the current scores. It is as you were, and all matches, no more new goals. City is still beating Huddersfield. Newcastle are still beating Bradford. We're still beating Doncaster, and Arsenal still 1-0 up at Port Vale. 73 minutes for all of them, other than the Arsenal match, which is at 59. So uneventful second halves across the board.
Yeah, pretty much so. I still want Batiste to try and nick another one. I'm hoping they'll get an equaliser.
That's still 2-1 to Forest.
James. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately so.
Which will be a good result for Ange. And I've said what I said what I think about him in the league, but I said he's pretty good at cups. And once again,
yeah,
he seems to be all right at the cups.
yeah. I mean, I'm just reading a little bit about the Betis game, about what's going off, and it says that the referee's inconsistency is starting to frustrate the Betis players and fans, as the referee lets a few challenges go, and then Betis make a similar challenge and instantly penalised. So it looks like Betis are getting a little bit frustrated with the refereeing there. As Doncaster get a free kick here, just on the edge of the Spurs penalty area, in a very dangerous position. We'll see what happens here with this free kick. Are Doncaster going to give themselves a bit of glimmer of hope here and get a goal?
Bear with me one sec, mate. Sorry, you're hearing me type, aren't you?
Spurs setting up in a wall with looks like Johnson laid behind it, 4-man wall. Johnson laid behind the wall. Pretty much everybody back into the Spurs penalty area. I don't think we've left anybody forward. Or maybe, oh no, Rich is back there as well. Yeah, so everybody back for Tottenham at the moment to defend this free kick. Oh, and it's just wide by Doncaster.
Right, now that danger is past, Gerard's asking, he's put a whole number of comments in, but this one he's put, seriously, at the standard that Tel's performing, would we get 5 million for him in January? Yeah, probably 5 million. I mean, what, 20 million maybe? Would you say?
Yeah, you'd probably get 20 million.
Would you say that his value's gone down since we signed him for 30 million? If that was his value, we got him for. Is he worth less now in 3 months or whatever it's been? Is he worth less now?
Yeah, probably slightly less. I'd probably say sort of 25 to 30 at best. Just some more substitutions going on now. I think it looks like Destiny Dog is coming on. So that looks like Jed Spence. He's not really influenced the game that much for second half. Nothing really from Spurs. Nobody really from Spurs has influenced the game the second half. It has been very much sort of a little bit in the middle of the park, not much going off, which is why the sort of commentary sort of drifted away a little bit. Yeah. So I do apologise to that, guys, but it's not really been
it's my fault. It's my fault a little bit, Jane, because I can't get the game, so it's just I'm distracting you a bit, mate. Just thought I'd keep you company.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. So Jed Spence makes way for Destiny Doggy. Spencer's got a bit of a smile on his face as he walks around the pitch, and the doggy comes on.
Has he had much to do? Has Spence had much to do tonight, though?
He's not really. No, he's not sort of had a massive defensive duty. That he's sort of done. I suppose probably the one player that sort of I've been impressed with since, pretty much all game, really. And Archie Gray. Archie Gray's had a pretty solid game. Not done anything outstanding, but just been solid in that centre midfield with Bentancur. He's been there or thereabouts, picking up the interceptions, picking up loose balls. So I have been quite impressed with Archie Gray this second half. He's been very disciplined as well, sort of not making rash decisions, not diving into rash challenges. As Richie picks up a loose ball and Johnson picks it up, and that's a poor, slow pass to Bergvall, and he has to check back to pick it up. But he does manage to do so. And here comes Archie Gray, who gets the ball across. Oh, and Bergvall and Richie get in each other's way. But Richie sort of tried to strain his neck to get as the ball get the ball as Bergvall was coming steamrolling in. It was probably more for Bergvall, and just sort of Richie's jump just sort of probably put Bergvall off a little bit. How the hell is Scarlett getting a pension at the club? I mean,
it's true. He's a player who just never seems to leave. Is he? He's been there such a long time, and we never seem to know what to do with him. He goes on loan. He never does that well. He comes back. He'll score a goal. So people will say we need to give him a chance. We give him a chance. He generally doesn't perform well, but then we still keep him anyway for the next season.
Yeah,
rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's been with us for about 8 years.
He has. He's been around. He's been around for ages. He's not even.
Yeah.
How old is he? Is he 22?
22. Yeah.
I mean, it must be make or break kind of now. It's got to be.
Yeah, I think even for himself, he's got to be looking at this as in like, if I don't start getting game time, I'm gonna look probably. You would think he would look at
Parrott,
other options.
Look what Parrott did.
Yeah. Just a couple of quick goal updates. Manchester City have gone 2-0 up now.
Okay.
That is Savinho has scored there, and Newcastle have gone. Well, we did go 3-0 up, and Bradford have just pulled one back, so it's now 3-1 there. Arsenal are still winning 1-0. We're obviously still winning 2-0. Braga Feyenoord still 0-0. Celtic have gone 1-0 up against Red
Demo
Star.
be happy about that.
Yeah, against Red Star. They're 1-0 up. Dynamo Zagreb are now 2-1 up against Fenerbahce. Ludogorets still 2-0 up against Malmo. Roma 2-0 up against Nice. Nottingham Forest still 2-1 up against Betis, and Freiburg are now 2-0 up against Basel in the Europa games. There is a couple of Spanish games being played as well, but nobody of real, well, apart from Atletico Madrid playing Rayo Valenco, and that's 1-1 at half time there, but nobody really of any kind of major consequence in that one. So yeah, Brennan Johnson playing a ball across, Richie sliding in, completely missing the ball because he's just not got the pace to carry it. So yeah, another missed opportunity for Spurs there, but we do have a corner, so it must come off a Doncaster player there as Bergvall goes across to take this corner. Johnson and Porro on the edge of the box. Bergvall whips it in and it's punched clear to Porro wastefully. Well, I don't say wastefully. Strikes the ball with his left and it's over the bar and nothing for Doncaster to worry about. It's just been sort of a non-event this second half. I do think the 2 goals kind of did what I thought it was going to do, sort of enabled Spurs just to sort of sit and soak it up. It's a bit boring for the fans, and in fact, probably by the looks of it, some Tottenham fans look like they're heading for the exit. Probably seeing it as job.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, James? Are you one of those people who thinks people want to get out, they want to beat the traffic, or is it kind of like you paid a lot of money because tickets aren't cheap? And you should enjoy every minute. How do you feel about it?
I would be there till the death, regardless. Yes, I understand some people want to try and beat the rush of the sort of the tubes and the traffic. Absolutely. But yeah, tickets aren't cheap. I mean, this game is the Carabao Cup tickets are slightly cheaper.
Discounted a little bit, aren't they? But not that. They're still,
Yeah, so I think it was around about 35 pound for the tickets. So here come Doncaster getting the ball across, and it's offside as the player made the run. But yeah, so it's a free kick to Spurs in their own penalty area. Yeah, I would be there to the death. I don't agree with. I think fans leaving beforehand.
Is it ever acceptable, or do you understand if you're getting battered 4-0 or something like that, you just want out?
I see. Regardless, if we were 4-0 down and getting absolutely hammered left, right, and centre, I would be sticking it out because that's my club, and I'm sort of a supporter that doesn't get to many games, so yeah, I would be sticking it out. And regardless of the way the game was panning out, I don't think the thing is, if you're a supporter and you look and you've seen the entire lower section of the ground completely full, and then you sort of look up and you've seen empty seats start to appear, I would be it'd be a bit of shame, really. Certainly against an opposition, not taking anything away from Doncaster. I don't want to take anything away from Doncaster, but they are a lesser league opposition. In all honesty, they're a League One opposition, and if I'm seeing my home fans walk out, I'd be sort of saying, "Well, we're obviously not performing," and the fans are sort of like, "Okay, what do we need to do?" As Paulinho absolutely brilliantly holds off two challengers there, and Brennan Johnson again, wasteful pass, absolutely pissed.
Johnson looks like he's going to be given all 90 minutes. How do you feel about that then? Considering it sounds like he's done it full.
Disappointing, very disappointing. In fact, if I was going to be given ratings for sort of players, I'd give him a 3 or a 4, and that'd be extremely generous. And I'd probably give Matisse Tell exactly the same, and that'd be generous as well. I think our best players have been in the middle of the park: Xavi Simons, Bentancur, Paulinho, Archie Gray. It's all been sort of those good head by Bergvall there. As again, Archie Gray there chasing it down.
It sounds, James, that like again, then it's our bloody forward line, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. The referee's going to take retrospective action against. Is he just booked? Has he booked Porro for simulation now? I'm not sure if he's booked Porro for simulation or he's brought it back for instant. No, he's booked Porro for simulation. That's I mean, there wasn't much in it. There was contact, but there wasn't much in it. Doncaster try a long ball and it just runs through to Kinski. About 5 minutes left. We're in the 85th minute now. But yeah, been a disappointing second half. And it is, I agree, Tequila. Yeah, our forward line. I think you put Kudos on the pitch.
Yeah, Kudos is a different one.
Yeah. Matisse Tell caught offside, free kick to Doncaster.
I mean, I think I would class Simons as also part of the forward line, and it sounds like he did okay.
Yes, he did.
But that's kind of what I figured. I figured like Kudos and Simons are the only ones who can do anything of our forward line, and I stick to that feeling. Without them on the pitch, we got nothing forward wise.
Yeah. I believe Matisse Tell is coming off, and it looks like young Luca Barnett. Yeah, Williams Barnett coming on.
Would you give him in longer, or do you think like 5 minutes is enough to even for him to do anything?
I think I would have given him longer. I think probably bringing him on when he brought Bergvall on would have probably been better. Tell's done nothing this second half, and I think Thomas Frank has been very generous, giving him 80, 85, 86 minutes.
Gerard asks this, James. I'll have a look for you now, Gerard, because I'm not sure of that myself. I'll have a look if it's tonight or tomorrow. I
believe it is after the game. I believe it is after the Arsenal game.
When all the games are finished.
Yeah. I believe it is after the Arsenal game. There's been another goal in the Newcastle-Bradford game. It's now 4-1 to Newcastle, so Newcastle look like they're safely through. Red Star Belgrade have equalised against Celtic, so that's not good news for Dermo in that game. Everything else is just as it was, really. No other updates. Arsenal still leading 1-0 by that 8-minute Eze goal.
Yes, the draw is tonight. Yes, so the draw is tonight, as you said.
Yeah. Arsenal looks like Port Vale have been getting sort of bit better of Arsenal, and by the commentary on it, and that Arteta has brought on some of his big guns to try and close out that match. I mean, at 1-0, it just takes a moment of madness and a moment of magic from Port Vale, and that game's all to play for again, and could potentially end up at penalties, because there's no extra time anymore, is there? It's straight to penalties now. So yeah, we're in the 88th minute.
Man of the match then coming in. Spurs man of the. We're assuming it's going to be it'll be a Spurs player. So who gets your man of the match?
I'm going to go with Paulinho. Been solid at the back, great goal to set Spurs on the way. Been an absolute rock and showing everybody that he really does deserve a permanent deal, and he does look like he's rolled back the years a bit, coming back to the Premiership. So yeah, for me, Paulinho, my man of the match.
And just because I'm like this, who's your doofus of the match? Who's the worst one?
Matisse Tell.
So you think Mattel's been worse than Johnson then?
The only reason why I'm giving it to Tell over Johnson's just been invisible, so he's not really done any sort of.
Does that make him maybe worse though? At least Tell's getting involved, or is it more than that? At least Tell's trying. It's more than that.
Tell's tried to get involved, but the two opportunities that he had to put the ball in the back of the net, he and just swung his foot at fresh air. Kind of that's what sort of stumps up the Doofus award for me. Luca Barnett plays it out to a doggy, ball coming across. Lucas Bergvall, it's 3-0.
There you go.
Oh no, it's offside. Is it? Has it been given offside? Yeah, it's been given offside. It's been given offside.
No.
It's back down to 2. It's been given offside. I'm unsure on that one. I don't think that was offside. I think hopefully we'll get another look at it where we can actually sort of see why that was given as offside.
Gerard suggesting
it was Johnson who went to play the ball, but I think he sort of flicked up off Johnson.
Bounced
off his foot, and Bergvall was there to tap it in, but Johnson was in an offside position when he flicked it up. So
Gerard's asking about Odegaard. Should he be part of the conversation for the worst player of on Spurs?
No, because I think Odebear gets sort of excluded from that from me. Yes, he didn't have the great game, but he at least was running at the defence and put the pressure on. Good ball into force the own goal for Spurs' second. So that is the only thing that takes him out of it for me. I would definitely give it to Tell and Johnson getting the silver. Colm says man of the match for Donny, Owen Bailey. Yeah, Bailey's had a decent game. Not
Is
really
that your man of the match for the whole match, Com? Or you mean just on? He means just on the Donny side, right?
I think he's just meaning on the Donny side.
Or is he trolling because he's got a little laugh at the end? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it might become just doing his usual trolling malarkey. Here come Doncaster again, though, now trying to maybe salvage something, and in the last 2 minutes, but it's lashed wildly over. And it's a goal kick to Spurs.
Well, update on the score. Newcastle have now gone 4-1 up. So they've battered Bradford, I'm afraid, for you Bradford fans. Scores are the same other than that.
Yeah. City
90 minutes and plus for all of them, other than the Arsenal game, which is 80 minutes.
And the European games, because they all kicked off at 8 o'clock, didn't they, as well?
Any updates on European games?
Braga have gone 1-0 up against Feyenoord. I don't know if that was... Yeah, Braga have just gone 1-0 up against Feyenoord.
Nice have got one back to Roma, but it's still 2-1 to Roma.
Yeah. And it's still pretty much, everything as it was, really.
Angie's good run in Europe in this. Well, Angie's run in Europa League continues to be good. It looks like Forest might pull it off. 78 minutes.
Yeah. So the commentary team on Paramount Plus that I'm watching, they've actually just given the Man of the Match award to Paulinho as well. Yeah. So me and them are on the same page with regards to who got the Man of the Match. Oh my God. Brennan Johnson threw on goal. Here he comes. Yeah, there it is. Brennan Johnson goal. We knew it was coming because he's played absolutely shit.
We said it earlier on that he'll do nothing, then he'll get a goal. And everyone will just forget it.
Yeah, Brennan Johnson just played through, and he bags in a goal. And
but is that not? This is it. Because he keeps doing this, Frank's going to keep, just like Ange did. We're going to keep playing him because he will get you a goal.
Yeah.
So what do you do about him? You can't really you can't take him out really because it's like, well,
let's just see how it goes. Bergvall picks it up, loose pass from Doncaster. Bergvall puts it up, plays through a beautifully weighted pass. That's how you lay a pass on Johnson, and he just lifts it over the goalkeeper. I mean, the goalkeeper got a touch to it. Johnson was lucky, really. He did get a touch to it, the goalkeeper, but lifted it over the goalkeeper, 3-0. And the Cheshire Cat smile is back out.
Cheshire Cat smile.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks like
he does. Yeah.
And that's it. That's full time. Full-time whistle's been blown. Johnson's goal, pretty much the last kick of the game. Com's bet of over 5.5 goals.
Sorry, Com.
Falls on itself. One of my earphones is dying, which is not great. But yeah, so 3-0 to Tottenham. Spurs go marching on to the next round of the Carabao Cup. And we will just wait and see who we get in the next round. Com says you guys are shit.
So are you. So are you
guys are shit.
Yeah, but so are you, Com. So's United. You can join us in the doldrums, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't change it because it was literally the last kick, but I will just put it on just to close out the show. 3 now. Full time. I'll put it back on there. Spurs win 3-0. Yeah, so I mean, we got the job done. It wasn't convincing. 7 changes could have interrupted the flow, but like I say, we got the job done. The Donny players are going over to support, cheer their fans that have come down to the game. I mean, it was a great day out for them, to be fair. They get to experience probably one of the best stadiums in England, if not Europe. They've got to go. I know. I did speak briefly to my friend who went to a thing, and he said, "Absolutely amazing. Your ground's absolutely amazing."
Yeah.
Richarlison come on did absolutely bugger all.
Yeah. Well, we expected that.
Yeah. As Thomas Frank and the boys go over to applaud for Spurs fans that have stayed behind, as they're literally all heading for the exit. That'd be me. I'd be one of those fans that were left, cheering on the, clapping the boys. As the chat just lights up a little bit. What's thingy? Richard was just given a Donny jersey. That's the jersey he'll be wearing next season. Colm says, "Nah, Chamu, you can keep him. You sure Colm could be a good fit for the bench for Donny?" Colm and Doncaster have let us down, but not accepting to take Tell off us. His moustache is very sus too. Yeah, he does have a sus moustache. Or just on behalf of football in general, Colm. Yeah, so the stats are, as the game ends, 54% of the possession to Spurs. Doncaster played really well. Sort of won more aerial thingies. Good good passing accuracy by Doncaster. 80%, 83 for Spurs. Yeah, a bit disappointing with some of the stats. Really, it sort of paints the picture that we very much sort of 18 shots, 5 on target, 10 for Doncaster, only 2 on target, 3 clear-cut chances, 1 for Doncaster. It sort of shows that we really did take our foot off the gas.
We didn't have to do any more. We didn't have to get out of second gear, though, did we? That's the thing. We didn't have to. And I think Frank and the players probably suspected that. They knew that he didn't have to. So
yeah. So like I say, it's just showing some of Tell's absolute blunder misses, really there, and the chances that he had that he could have quite easily. I mean, Tell puts them away. You're talking 5-0. Bergval's disallowed goal, it would have been 6 if Johnson had not touched it. But yeah, I mean, it could have been more. Giant 68. Giant 68. It like pretty much like me wanting Batiste to grab an equaliser. I want him to equalise and go on to win it. That's I've got Batiste to win. It's in my bet. So
Arsenal have gone 2 up. If anyone cares, Arsenal have gone 2 up, so they will be in the next round as well, which we thought they would anyway. But
yeah.
Com apparently thinks that we've disrespected Donny. Is that what you're saying, Com? Then you beat what's in front of you, bruv. That's the way it's always been.
I don't think we disrespected Doncaster. I think Doncaster gave a very good account of themselves. But I think the two early goals just sort of
Knocked the stuffing out of him a bit, didn't it?
Yeah,
It's all kind
yeah.
of-
And I think it just gave Spurs the cushion to be able to yeah, I agree, Vilcott. I 100% agree with this. You should play 100% for 90 minutes, regardless of who you're playing. Absolutely, you should do. But when
Yeah,
when
if it's not required though, if the with all due respect to Doncaster, if the opposing team are not making you race that level, then you're going to kind of keep it in reserve. Now, if they would have gotten a goal back, I would like to have believed the Spurs would have then shifted gears again.
yeah,
I would like to have believed that, but because it was 2-0, not the one goal. Every team, most teams do it. Most teams, I mean, you get the occasional one, maybe like a Liverpool, will keep smashing you, but most teams they do sit back. It's almost human nature. They always sit back. Most teams do sit back when they get a cushion like that.
yeah.
Just to preserve energy as well, and it could be managers' instructions. He could have been like, "We got a game in a couple of days. We ain't got to push it, have we?" So
Yeah. And certainly some of the players who were on the pitch probably going to be fighting for or wanting to be part of that game. Paulinia, Udogie.
you'll be happy, James. Apparently, bettors have got a goal.
I'm just waiting for confirmation. I'm on Bet365 and they don't seem to say it's a goal yet. I might be wrong. I don't know where Chamu gets his updates from, but I would definitely like to see it. Hang on, I might be able to.
Maybe they're checking it.
I should be able to find that game and just sort of watch the last 5 minutes of it. To be fair,
It's on the BBC.
yeah, they are. Betis have got an equaliser.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with this actually for the last 5 minutes. But it's on BBC. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'll wind this down for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for all of you that tuned in. I know we were all hoping for a bigger scoreline, but it is what it is. We are into the next round of the Carabao Cup. We will Dermo will be back tomorrow. It'll be business as usual with Dermo tomorrow. And we'll be bringing that up, and I may be able to get on tomorrow. I haven't got any plans, so I may be able to get on the show tomorrow good goal actually from Betis, to be fair. Just shown the replay of the equaliser.
They got Anthony playing for them, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
He went to base, didn't they? There you go, Com.
Yeah,
Look,
Anthony scored the equaliser, actually.
As soon as he leaves United, he becomes good again.
Yeah. So there's still a sniff of a chance that my bet might come in. I literally need Betis to get another one, and then I'll be 53 quid better off. Everybody else is winning. It was only a £2 bet as well. I mean, I'll go through my bet. I had Arsenal to beat Port Vale, Man City to beat Huddersfield, Spurs to beat Donny, Betis to beat Nottingham Forest, Freiburg to beat Basel, Dynamo Zagreb to beat Fenerbahce, and Braga to beat Feyenoord. And the only one that's let me down is Real Betis versus Nottingham Forest. There's still time yet. There's still time.
You never know,
Hopefully we can get back thingy. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Tequila, thank you very much for joining my man for the second half. Really much appreciated that. Always love chatting with you and chatting football.
Remember to everyone to check out the draw will be happening after the Arsenal match. So remember everyone to check out see who we get. Yeah, check it out. See who we get. I would really like to
see us get a bit more of a test and see how Frank's going to then set up in more of a testful match. How he would set us up in regards to that. Would he go with the same sort of team? Is he going to give the Carabao Cup 2 sort of more of a youth B team sort of thing? But
anyone but Liverpool, Joe, anyone but Liverpool, I think there's always a chance. I just not Liverpool. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, just not Liverpool. I think we'll. It's going to be tough to beat Liverpool unless they field their youth team and we can manage to pick them. But we didn't do it. We did it in the semi-final,
but not the second.
But we just didn't do it in the second leg. But again, thanks very much, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching me ramble on about Spurs and everything else Spurs, and me and Tequila have a chat in the second half as the game wound down. But please hit the like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends and thingy. Please pick up your memberships. It'd be very much appreciated. Please join us tomorrow as Dermo will do sort of like a post-match roundup and maybe talk about who we got in the next round. And Tequila,
yeah, mate.
As always, please, brother, take us out.
Well, sorry again, Forest fans. At least you probably got a draw, but it's just who we are, mate.
From lane to far and wide, with the pride of the fight on this journey.